How is this not a pyramid scheme?
All right. Phil has recruited me and another guy. Now we are getting 3 people each. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not even a scheme per se. I have to go make a call.
Today we're going to turn Stellaris on its head. We're going to create some inverted conal political structures. Yes, multi-level marketing is going to play a large part in what we're going to show off here. This is definitely not a pyramid scheme, and you should definitely sign up if you're an alien. The rewards are to die for. But yes, we're going to take everything you think you know about Stellaris and throw that out of the window. Amenities don't matter. The happiness of our working classes doesn't matter. Slavery is not a problem, riots are a thing of the past, and yes, revolts will be impossible. We are going to maximize the output of our working classes to produce more resources than ever before at a ridiculously high level of pop efficiency, which is basically 99%. Hive minds will weep as you are able to play completely ignoring the happiness of regular pops in your empire. But is all this too good to be true? Should you really sign up? Well, let's dive in and find out more. The Igarian Imperium is the race and empire I will be using today to show off the wonders of our new multi-level marketing opportunity. Generally speaking, there are only 2 main things you will need to do in order to pull this off. First, you'll have to be either some sort of authoritarian or xenophobe, because you'll need to have some prisoners with jobs. Yes, that's right, you'll need to have the ability to enslave aliens to really get the ball rolling here. And then when it comes to traits, make sure you don't select 5 traits, make sure you have at least 1 trait space available, because later on we're going to be using a space and a single trait point to modify a few of our primary species when we need to. Other than that, you can be any type of regular biological empire you want, pick basically any civics, but remember, we need to be able to enslave the filthy aliens, or let's put it another way, we need to give them offers they cannot refuse on unlimited contracts as part of our new multi-level marketing opportunity. And once you've done that, simply dive on into your game and we can get started. Once you're in the game, make sure to find some friendly aliens that might need to be enlightened in the ways of your fantastic network marketing opportunity. Go ahead and claim all of the space that you need to integrate into your wonderful, wonderful empire. Throw a war declaration in their general direction, and make sure to win your war. Achieve your war goals, that means you'll get your hands on some lovely planets. Eventually, everyone must join your network selling initiative. And if you're enjoying this video, please press that like button to sign up for this multi-level marketing opportunity. Now, the real beauty of this opportunity is its simplicity. Once you get hold of another planet, you'll find that it's absolutely full of slaves. I mean prisoners with jobs. If we take a look at our species rights for a moment, we can see that we've got them as slaves. They have basic subsistence, so we do not have to pay anything for them in terms of consumer goods. And we set them to be chattel slaves, so they'll produce even more resources than usual, yes, at a bit of a happiness penalty. Now, if we had only a single Igarian pop on this planet, generally speaking, we would have quite a bit of a problem. As you see, we have very little amenities, we have no one that can work any of these specialist jobs, and we've got quite a lot of them because we've conquered what used to be a very regular world before they joined our lovely network marketing opportunity. But luckily we do have one pop we moved over here who is going to be signing up all of these friendly people on this lovely planet. The first thing you'll definitely want to do is demolish all of these useless and not necessary buildings that offer specialist and or ruler jobs. Now we do have quite a bit of unemployment and a massive stability problem. If we were to leave this for too long, we could have quite an issue. This planet could in fact revolt and leave our MLM entirely. But that's where the beauties of genetic modification come into play. With one simple modification, a nice nip, swip and a tuck, we can improve the abilities of our population to head an MLM network and do everything just a little bit better. It is going to be disgustingly beautiful. And we would only be able to do this thanks to Toxoids. Before you actually conquer any of these worlds, I'd recommend you turn off land appropriation into prohibited, that will mean that you won't get a bunch of your pops automatically migrating over there and taking up roles and responsibilities that are simply outside of their purview. Now that we have only a single of our ruler class pops on each of these worlds ready to get going, we're going to go to our species traits and create a new template. The important thing we're going to do here is add the Noxious trait. By adding this trait, yes, we're going to set a minimum and maximum habitability cap between 30 and 70% on these pops, but generally speaking, the Overlord class pops on these worlds are not needed for their output. We're going to be benefiting from some of the other uses of the Noxious trait, specifically the happiness per non-noxious pop of plus 2%. Go ahead and apply that template to every planet where you've got just a single of your pops on it. Those are the planets that need to be upgraded. Yes, that's only going to take us a measly 9 months given that it is such a low number of pops, and that means this can be done well before there is any chance that any of these other pops could even think about revolting against us and missing out on this great marketing opportunity.
Sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yes, thank you. You will get rich quick. We all will.
Before we upgrade our pop here, you can see we've got some big stability problems across quite a few of our worlds. Once we complete this upgrade though, we now have no stability problems anywhere in sight. Yes, this opportunity is simply too good to pass up. Why is that? Well, you see, by becoming Noxious, we're going to get plus 2% happiness per non-Noxious pop, meaning our ruler class pop will get all the way up to 100% happiness, easy peasy. You won't need to worry about amenities, you won't need to worry about anything. We're going to be getting an overwhelming happiness boost, so many slave class pops already on the planet ready to be looked after. This story is repeated over and over across every world. And whilst yes, the nibblings here are absolutely upset with this, they've been recently conquered, the amenities are low, the chattel slavery is chafing, the basic subsistence hurts, they're a slave, and on top of all of that, Noxious is all giving them a little bit of an unpleasant smell. Due to their political power, it absolutely does not matter. Just a single ruler pop, armed and equipped with a Noxious trait, can rule over an entire population of slaves. But what do you think about the multi-level marketing abilities of the new Noxious trait? Is it a real boon for slavery? Let me know down in the comments below. In fact, the wild thing about this is, the more pops you have on the planet, the tighter your grip on this world becomes. You see, this planet has a low stability of 42, that's because we haven't got enough nibbling pops yet. As we increase the number of pops, the happiness of our primary pop here does increase all the way up to 100%, and then with their massive political power, especially if you get them up into the ruler class, that is very important and should be rather easy. You just need to upgrade the planetary capital. Only a single one of these can completely solve all your issues. Do make sure to fill up all of the basic resource districts on these worlds. Do make sure to keep your housing positive and make sure to fill up on all the possible districts you can. That way we can get the maximum output from each of our lovely multi-level marketing workers. They'll have no choice but to meet your quotas. Even on a world that is a primitive world, we can make use of the Noxious trait to completely ignore that minus 20 stability and have almost positive stability. There are quite a few unemployed pops here that do need to be pushed into proper resource producing roles, but once we do that, we'll be getting bonkers in output. I've only managed here to take 4 or 5 planets from AI empires and inserted them into my multi-level marketing network, but once they are in there, you will find that your rewards at the top of this top-down organization, this inverted cone, are absolutely fantastic. My basic resources are bonkers here. I'm going to now need to go to all of my regular planets, like my capital, and get rid of any basic resource producing jobs and instead push them into some of my more specialist roles like alloy production, research, and consumer goods. I want to stress, this basically means that you have absolutely nothing to worry about when it comes to slave revolts or anything else, because the more slaves you have on the planet, the more happiness your primary pop will get, and that means you can ignore amenities, you don't need to worry about them, ignore them completely. Yes, the slaves will be absolutely unhappy at 0%, but you cannot go below 0%. And because your primary pop is happy at 100%, and you should have roughly a 50-50 political split, there is nothing to worry about here at all. If you do start having a bit of a problem or you want to boost your stability a little further, simply throwing in a second Overlord pop will dramatically increase your political power weight as well, and that pushes your happiness up and therefore your stability. You can now grind Xeno scum into the dirt like never before, and they'll be saying, yes please, thank you, give me more. Stellaris Toxoids and the Noxious trait has truly unlocked the potential of slaving empires everywhere in the galaxy. If you've enjoyed this video on making use of the new Noxious trait to improve slavery everywhere in the galaxy, and you'd like to know how you can sacrifice your environment to improve your ally and resource output everywhere else in the galaxy, these two can align, don't forget. Click the video on screen now.